Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I am Tamara of Tamara Fashion Style, and I'm happy and pleased to meet you. Thank you for subscribing, and don't forget to share my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And as I said, share my channel so that others can benefit as well, just as how you benefiting. Now, if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate all of my subscribers, and I love all of you, and I'm sending out my love to all of my subscribers and who still is not my subscriber. I love you guys, and I'm happy to have you, and I'm pleased to be in your host today. Now, today, I want to talk a little bit about a different topic. Now, this is something that a lot of people have been troubling from, right, over the years. And maybe you ain't know how to go about it. You may take how much medication and may not work. It may still be there. It may still come back. Now, the topic we'll talk about is a bit about H Pylori. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about, bring this topic, on my channel is because it's something I'm being troubling from, right? H Pylori, I end up getting H Pylori. Now we're gonna get into that, how I end up with H Pylori, because this is something I never had in my life. I never even hear about H Pylori or until I get it, or maybe I hear about it, but I never really take it serious, or maybe I didn't think was something serious until when I myself end up getting H Pylori. So I was on 2 weeks holiday. Me and my family them decide to go on a 2 weeks holiday, right? We went on to a cruise. Now I would not mention the cruise line. I will not, right? Everybody have different cruise line, different thing they go with. The cruise was very lovely. When I tell you I enjoy the cruise, I enjoy the cruise to the full. Everything was organized. Everything was okay. The cruise was good. You hear? Me and my family, them enjoy it. Everything, and until we plan to go back, because H Pylori won't stop me from going back on my cruise. I'm still going. Right? So I end up going on this cruise with my family for 2 weeks. Whilst we were on the cruise, everything go good, everything was going good, everything was going nice. We enjoy ourselves, and so we came back. When the time was up, we came back, and so when I came back, maybe about 2 or 3 days after we returned from the cruise, I find I was not feeling well. I wasn't feeling well. I just find that my body was not myself. It was not feeling well. So if you guys know that your body is not feeling well, or your body telling you, sometimes our body does tell us that, it is not well, but we just ignore it, right? And my body is like, I know this is not myself, because I know how I does feel compared to how I don't feel. So when I find my body was not feeling well. I was just not myself after I come back from the school, but 2 or 3 days after, right? So when we came back was a Saturday, so I had to wait till I start feeling sick around about the Monday, Tuesday time, so, right? I find I am not up to the max. Normally that's how I does feel. I know how my body does feel when it well. So when it is not well, it feel different. And I keep telling my husband and my sister-in-law that my body is not feeling well, and I go in and take some blood tests. They tell me that I should wait a little, because I just came off the cruise, and I should wait a little until maybe when I settle down and go and take these tests, because if I go now, things gonna be high, things gonna be this. But listen, I follow my mind, because my mind was telling me that my body is not feeling well. So I decide to get up the Thursday morning, and I go, cause Thursdays when I just get my day off. I didn't go back to work as yet. I was going back to work the following week. So the Thursday, I get up early morning, I bathe my skin, dress myself, and I tell my husband, follow me at the doctor. Drop me at the doctor, I go at the doctor. I explain to the doctor how my body was feeling. She take the sugar test. She take, this was a woman doctor, the gynecologist. She take sugar test, she take blood pressure test, she take cholesterol test, all the tests them that you could take, that you could get back the results immediately. And then she sent me to do some blood test, she sent me to do stool test, she sent me to do urine test. Every test she sent that was available, where she know that the body was about what they was looking for, she sent me to do. So I didn't make my head hard. I go back. She give me the bottle for the stool, the bottle for the urine, and everything. So I go the Thursday. She go early, come, and then the Friday morning, because I eat the Thursday. I think I eat the Thursday already. So I go back the Friday morning early, which on an empty stomach, because you have to take these blood tests and sugar tests and all these kind of things where they draw with the blood. And I go and they take these tests for me. And I get back the results. I carry the results back to her. And when she read the results, she said, your H pylori results is positive. Right? She tell me I have H pylori. Because the stool test was very dark. When I tell you dark, this stool test was very dark. You know, like caffeine, like if you drink caffeine, like coffee kind of color, this stool test was very, very dark. And then it have a scent. So when she told me that I had H pylori, then when she get back the other results, my cholesterol was sky high. Both the bad and the good one was sky high. The bad one was 287, the good one was 267. So could you imagine how bad this cholesterol was? Then my sugar was very high as well. Then my pressure was high. No, I never traveled from high pressure. I never traveled from sugar. I never traveled from cholesterol all my life, right? But my body was telling me that I am not well. And if I did ignore my body, I might have been a dead woman today. So if your body is telling you that it is not well, go and look after yourself, because your body, you must know how you does feel when you are well and when you are not well, right? So they give me some antibiotic, man. I get about 1,000,001 antibiotic. At one time, I had to drink about 15 tablets in the morning, 15 in the in meal time, 15 afternoon time. So you check 15 trees, about 45 tablets for the day you have to drink, because it's a lot of antibiotics. Because remember, they're treating the cholesterol, they're treating the sugar, they're treating the blood pressure, they're treating the H pylori, they're treating liver, gizzard, all these things. What was high, because everything raised to me. My liver, my gizzard, everybody raised for me, right? All what defined for raising my body raised at that point in time. So could you imagine this amount of tablet? When I go at the pharmacy, you hear what I'm telling you? The tablet alone, the medication alone that I had to get was $600 and something dollars. That is just for the medication. And then it had one particular tablet. You had to buy the tablet, was $120. This was one dose, and I had to Did I have to repeat that? I can't remember if I had to repeat it, but was a 1-dose tablet at that time. Was only one of that you had to drink. So the tablet alone was $600. So you could imagine the amount of tablet. I had the whole pharmacy by me. And every 3 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours, every 12 hours, you had to take these tablets. At one time when I throw these tablets out in my hand, is a whole hand full of tablets I have. I wondering how I swallowing all these tablets. And these tablets small so. You hear what I'm telling you? Very huge tablet because you got some of them very big. Hard for go down your throat. Right? So, after I finish drinking all these medication, I drink all the medication. I drink out every medication that they give me because remember, I want to get well. Right? I didn't just drink 2 and then put it down. I drink all the medication that they give me. I finish off the medication, but I still wasn't feeling well. Even though I drink all the antibiotic that they give me, whatever they give me, I still did not feeling well. I didn't feeling like myself. And then I start looking up on YouTube, the same YouTube channel, for see what good for H Pylori. A lot of people tell you different thing good for H Pylori, different thing good for H Pylori and all these things. And then I come across a video was showing you you could eat Brussels sprout, you could eat we call it cabbage, we call it lettuce. All these things it's showing you where you could eat. And then remember, I didn't just treating the H pylori. I was treating the cholesterol, the sugar, everything. I had to treat these. I had to find food what could accommodate all these sickness that I have, right? Because remember, my cholesterol was high. Both the bad one and the good one was high, was sky high. So remember, I had to eat food for treat that cholesterol. Then I had to eat food for treat the sugar that was high. Then I had to eat food for treat the pressure that was high. Then I had to eat food for treat the H pylori as well. So how, and with the H pylori, how you know that this H pylori ain't gone, it did not go away, and the cholesterol and everything was still high, because with the H pylori, I started getting this burn stomach. My stomach was burning. Anything I eat, this stomach right here was burning, It's like somebody light a fire inside your stomach here. So I had to get food for eat that. I could not have eat pepper. I could not have eat too much acid eating. You have to know what to drink. And then you could not have drink coffee. I could not have drink anything with caffeine inside. Then too much sweet. So I had to sit down now and figure out a way. How could I treat the H pylori along with the cholesterol, along with the blood pressure, and along with the high sugar? Because remember, I got to treat all these things in one, right? I just can't treat the H pylori alone, because all these things combine together and make I was not feeling well. So I came up with a plan, and I go and I buy some beet. I buy some beet, the red beet. Oh, and then before we even get into that, after I end up getting the H pylori, it starts to cause my iron deficiency to run low. So at one time when I get up, I find when I look at my hand very much good now. When I look at my hand was white as this picture background here. In the background, the white of this picture, my hands was like that. I was in the bathroom one night and I saying, when I look at my hand, I see my hand white as snow. And I said, nah, this is not my hand, right? This is not my hand. So when they test my blood, they start to see that I was a little anemic. because my iron deficient, my iron in my body will start running low. So that could end up getting you anemic as well. So I said, what? So now it's 4 things I have to treat in one. How do, not 4, it's about 5, 6 problem I had to combine for treat in one. So I had to come up with a plan now, and I had to start doing some research. Now, if you end up troubling with, especially with this H pylori, don't just jump and take anything, just go and do some research. See what good for H pylori. If you're troubling from high cholesterol, see what good for high cholesterol. See what good for high blood pressure. See what good for high sugar. And you pick out 2 or 3 vegetable from there and combine it with the rest so that you could get for put all together and get to eat it so you can treat it as one. No, don't mind me, I am not a doctor, right? I just telling you what helped me. I don't know if it's gonna help you, but this is what just helped me. So don't go and say I tell you to do that and I tell you to try this and I tell you to do that. I'm not telling you to try these things that I try, right? I'm just giving you, that's helping you to see what helped me. This is what helped me. This is my own help that helped me. Sometimes it may work for me and it might not work for you, right? I'm just throwing out there what helped me. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medication, because I did not stop taking mine. I take all my medication, right? I take all, so I'm not telling you not to do that. The doctor prescribe medication for you, take your medication, right? I just telling you what helped me. So I sit down and I start doing some research, because remember, I want to feel good. I want to be back on my feet, because I'm telling you, when you sick, your body shut down, is not yourself. So even though you go to the doctor, you still have to help yourself. So I decided to get up and help myself. And I started going and do some research right on Google. I research and I see, type in, well, what's good for high cholesterol. And they give you some pointers. They give you what good for high cholesterol: carrot and cabbage. So I write carrot and I write cabbage down on my list. And there's numerous, a lot of things as well, also good for for high cholesterol as well. So you can go on the net and you can search up and you can pick maybe 2 of the product out of there, the vegetable, the greens. I decide to treat my sickness natural instead of buying me Subsogene and these artificial product. I decide to treat my H pylori, my cholesterol, and all that I was suffering from in a natural form. So I would eat things like I would blend carrot in the morning, and I would blend cabbage in the morning, and I would drink the cabbage and the carrot. Then if I feel like, I would cut a bit, because I go in the supermarket and I buy all what I research and I write on my bucket list that I need to get to treat all these sickness combined in one. So carrot and cabbage and beet, I used to blend together. Every living morning, I used to blend carrot, cabbage, and beet, and I would drink that every morning, right? I would drink it on an empty stomach. I wouldn't eat anything. I would drink that on an empty stomach. The first thing, as soon as I finished brush my teeth and wash my face, I would come down and I would blend my carrot, my beet, and my cabbage together. Now, I would just blend the amount that you would drink for the morning. So I would blend a handful of cabbage, a handful of beet, and a handful of cabbage, carrot, and beet. And I would blend that with some water. I don't put any sweetener, I don't put any milk. And I would blend that and I would drink that every morning. I drink that for 1 month straight. And then when it comes to lunchtime, I would stew the beet, right? I would stew the beet with meat. Well, I only used to eat chicken, right? I used to eat the breast of the chicken. Remember red meat and these things. When you're fighting H. pylori, you can't eat too much of red meat. You can't eat cabbage. You can't, not cabbage, sorry. You can't drink caffeine. So I could not have drink no soda like Coke. I could not have drink coffee and these kind of things because it keep burning my stomach. So, and sugar, I could not have used any sweet. So that's why the cabbage, the beet, and the carrot used to come in well for me in the morning. Now, I never used to put any apple cider vinegar and those things because I already have a burn stomach. So I cannot put any apple cider vinegar in the water, or I could not have drink anything sour. So I keep it like that. I just blend the cabbage, the carrot, and the beet, and I would blend it with some cold water because you know the cold fridge water would help calm my stomach, and I would drink that in the morning, the first thing on my stomach. That's the first thing I would drink on an empty stomach. I drink that for 1 month straight. Then for the cholesterol and them thing, I would do like the beet. I would stew the beet in the afternoon with like chicken breast, and then I would eat a handful of rice. I love my rice. So I didn't have no, they used to say brown rice and this. I didn't have no special rice. I used to eat a small amount of rice, a small amount of the stew beet. I used to eat the beet more, right? And a small amount of chicken with some beet. And a smaller, like a cup of rice or a handful of rice, I would eat that for my lunch. Remember, I already drink the morning shake with the carrot, the beet, and the cabbage. That was my morning lunch, right? Then I would, lunchtime, I would stew the beet with chicken breast and some white rice, and I would eat that. Then for the sugar now, what I do, I go and I see that bay leaf also was good for like high cholesterol and sugar, and even the same H. pylori. So I have a friend who have bay leaf tree. So I get some bay leaf from her, and then in the evening, like dinner time, I would drink a cup of bay leaf tea. I would drink that cup of bay leaf tea every evening before I go and sleep, or during the day, I would sip on some bay leaf tea. Remind you, no sugar was inside of it. And then for dinner time, that's the bay leaf I would sip, and then I would I go and I buy some wheat bread, like the whole wheat bread. I buy the whole wheat bread, and then I would get a little tip of nut butter, not much. I telling you what I eat. I put a little tip of nut butter because remember the cholesterol high, you cannot eat too much of this fatty stuff. So I just put a little tip of nut butter with some toast bread, right? And I would eat that for my dinner. So I would repeat the same process every morning. And then what I would do, I would boil like an egg, but not much egg. I would boil 1 egg, cut it up, and I would eat that. Because remember, you still have to put these things in your body. You still need protein in your body. You still need a little fat in your body, even though you have these things. So I would boil an egg far off. Like if I eat an egg today, I won't eat an egg till maybe next week or next 2 weeks, and I would eat that. Why I had this H. pylori. And then gradually, as I start taking this beet, when I tell you I eat and drink a lot of beet, I stew beet, a steam beet, a roast beet, a fried beet. You hear what I'm telling you? Because remember, I was, my iron was running low in my body. And when I saw it up, I see beet was good for a lot of the sickness what I had. Even beet, when I tell you I don't like beet at all, I don't like beet at all. This beet tastes like mud. It tastes bad, but I want to feel good, so I had to get the mud taste out of my head and stew my beet, fry my beet, roast my beet, bake my beet, and eat my beet, drink my beet, right? Because remember, I was a little anemic. So after constantly doing that for about a month, within the first 2 weeks, I start find myself feeling back like myself. When I checked the stool was getting the right color. You know this yellowish color where it's supposed to have, like not too yellow, not too white, not too black, not too thing. The stool start to come back. The born stomach start to ease a little bit. And then a doctor prescribed a tablet for me for the born stomach. So I used to have to drink this tablet one half hour before I eat, once a day. So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I used to drink before the beat was this tablet. So I used to drink the tablet maybe about 5 o'clock in the morning if I know I'm getting up 6. I used to have to drink it half hour before I eat. So this tablet would calm the burning of my stomach. And then when we combining all the beet, the carrot, and all these things together, then what I gonna search up as well, and I see cranberry juice good for high cholesterol. So I used to have the cranberry juice by the bottle, and I used to sip it. I never used to drink mud because I remember the cranberry juice still have some sourness inside. So you don't want to put all this sour on your stomach. So I used to get a snap glass, and I used to drink a snap glass like during the day. I would drink a snap glass of cranberry juice, and that would calm your stomach, right? I would drink that. I won't drink any soda because the soda, and I never used to drink coffee because coffee used to burn. You used to get this burn stomach, really bad burn stomach. No pepper, nothing hot I could not have eat, or anything sour I could not have put on my stomach, because when telling you in the night, this stomach used to burn, and then the belching, and then knowing that the cholesterol high, because you used to get a stick in here. When you see the cholesterol high, is like here, like up top on this this wall here, you used to get it sticking, like if somebody just getting some, and it's tapping your hair, so you know that something wrong. And after I start taking the beet, the cabbage, the carrot, the the snap glass, or the cranberry juice, and then in the night I used to drink the bay leaf, I start to feeling within 2 weeks time. I start, not even full 2 weeks, within a couple days, I notice I start feeling like my normal self. It's like all that doing, like your eye all start to get dim within the time you had the sickness. I start to feel back, like my sight start coming back bright. I start to feel more energetic. I start to feel more like myself after decide to do this research and decide to put this meal plan together, right? It won't cost you much. It's a cheap meal plan. All you have to do is go in the supermarket, you buy some cabbage, enough for last year, enough carrot for last year, enough beet for last year. Buy 2 bottles of cranberry juice. Don't drink much, just a little snap glass every like midday, or whenever you feel thirsty, you drink that. Milk, I never used to drink milk, period, because trust me, to me, when I drink milk used to cause more eruption in my stomach. Never used to drink that. And I had those things on me. Whole wheat bread, I used to eat my whole wheat bread, but I used to toast it, and so on. Never used to use too much oily stuff. I just end up buying a air fryer. So if I feel for eat like, oh, and the next thing what I research and see was good sweet potatoes. So I used to have a lot of sweet potatoes I used to eat as well. Sometimes I steam the sweet potato with the beet and the chicken, and I would eat that as my lunch. And next thing what I eat is dasheen. You know, the dasheen that you plant in the ground, you get the head leaf or the callaloo or whatever you call it. Well, we know it as head leaf, we know it as callaloo, we call it 1 foot fowl. All these things we just call the, so the big dasheen in the bottom, there's a big thing. I don't have any to show you, but it's a big dasheen in the bottom of this plant. and I go and I buy some dasheen, because dasheen, we know a lot about that as Guyanese. If we blood and so running down, we would use a lot of iron stuff like dasheen and plantain. Yes, so I use a lot of dasheen. I use a lot of green plantain, because you know green plantain have a lot of iron inside. Even the same dasheen have a lot of iron inside. So what I used to do, I used to boil the dasheen part. I used to cut up the dasheen, peel it, wash it, cut it up, put it in a blender, blend it, and then boil the dasheen. Boil it as a porridge, strain it. I used to strain it in the pot, put on a pot with some water, let the water boil, strain it in the pot as I done blend it, and let it boil, store it till it get thick. So you just know when the dasheen done, because it has born a little in the bottom of the thing, and it has changed the color from white to a kind of grayish color. So I used to drink a lot of this dasheen, plus eat, boil the dasheen and eat a lot, steam it. Then plantain, I used to blend the plantain and make some porridge and drink a lot of that. I would steam the plantain and I would eat the plantain. And I used to eat fish. Yes, I go and I buy fish and I end up steaming fish. Hardly eat fry, steam fish. If I want a piece of fried chicken, I would air fry the chicken. I would air fry the sweet potato and so on. Even the same Irish potato, good as well for these things. So remember, I treating about 5 sickness in one, right? So the H pylori was, and the high cholesterol was the most dangerous one out of the set, right? So I had to try to lower this H pylori, get rid of this H pylori, not lower it, get rid of it. So the beet, the cabbage, and the carrot help me fight this H pylori. And I see my stool start to come back normal. My cholesterol, I just start to feel like myself. So I use all these things that I telling you here is what I use for 1 month. I end up using that. I have to come off sugar, milk, sweet, soda, coffee, sugar, all these things. I had to come off of these things for get my body back intact. I did lose some weight as well, right? But I used to eat 3 times a day, because I like to eat, but I used to have to combine things to eat. So for, let me say, for the H pylori, you can drink the shake in the morning with the beet, the carrot, and the cabbage. And for lunch, I want steam a potato, I want steam some beet, I want steam a piece of chicken, I will eat that. For dinner, I want my boil a egg, and my boil a, wait name, a beet and a bread, and I'm going to eat that. So I used to buy the whole wheat bread and eat it. So when I eating these things, that is what I eat, right? I didn't eat no big expensive thing and put myself in expense. I look for local things that I have right in the market right here, or the supermarket, things that I have in my kitchen right there, and I use these local produce for combat this H pylori, this cholesterol, this sugar, and this high blood pressure. I start to feel normal as myself again. So after I drink this thing for 1 month, and then I had a friend. I was telling a friend how I got this H pylori and thing and so on. It affecting me really bad. And my stool is very dark. And then she told me to buy a worm tablet and drink. And I go and I explain to the pharmacist that I want a worm tablet, but I want one what would mash up the worm. I don't want none but the worm coming out in me bottom for this flinging all place, because worm is something I afraid anything that crawling. And I could remember when I small, my grandma, you know, when you small, you have a lot of worms. And my grandmother give me some worm medicine. And a bunch of worms they come out, and one day by my little bottom hanging so. And I was afraid this worm. So I don't want no worm at all. And then I vomit one when I small. And you know this thing crawling, it's like, So I go and I explain to the pharmacist that I don't want a medication with no worm coming out your bottom, or where I could see the worm, I don't want to see it. So they give me a medication so that if the worm would mash up in my stool, I just smell it. But happened it, so I drink the medication. I didn't get no scent in the stool. I didn't get anything. I didn't feel anything tickling. I didn't feel nothing. So she told, when I go back and I tell she, well, I didn't feel anything with this warmth. And she tell me, maybe, well, I maybe don't have any warmth. I say, okay. So I continue using the same things that I just mentioned to you. The cabbage, the carrot, the beet, the chicken breast, the egg, but I did not eat the egg often, like once in a blue moon. A little tip of nut butter, not much, but a little teaspoon on like 3 or 2 slices of bread. The white rice, so I boil a little handful, I eat that. Sometimes I stew the cabbage, I eat this cabbage as well as I stew it, because whatever I drink, I used to stew it and eat it, but with no oil. I used to stew it with some water. I used to stew it with, right? And it used to come out pretty well. I season it up to my fancy, me taste with my salt and whatever I put inside, so it could taste well with whatever I eaten it with, right? So, and then drinking the bay leaf. I start drinking bay leaf, and that helped me as well, because I start peeing a lot, and then I start see my hand coming back red, and so on. I start getting back my color. At time when I skin my eye, I find at the bottom of my eye white. When I skin my eye, I start seeing my eye getting back the color way it's supposed to get back to. The urine start coming back properly. The stool start to go back to the normal color, and so on. And then before I have a soursop tree at the back of me, so I used to pick the soursop leaf, and I used to drink soursop leaf as well. Sometimes if I drink the bay leaf this week, next week I'm going to drink the soursop leaf, because that will help clean you out as well, right? And when I get my monthly that month, I don't know if it's the beet, but nobody, the beet was so red. I don't know if it's the beet, but my monthly come was so red. I swear that was the beet I was bleeding out. The monthly come and it was red, but it come good. When I tell you, it come very good and normal. I didn't get that belly pain. I didn't get anything with what this period does come with. I did not get any of those. So I don't know if all what I eat and drink and the beet help me flush out whatever. Very good. It come normal, but it was red, right? Then I decide after a month after I start taking these things to go back. Remember when I test, I was positive with the H Pylori. It was very high. So after I start taking these things, I decide to go back a month after and decide to test back all these tests. When I go back at the doctor, send me back to do back the same tests that I did before that came out positive. She sent me back for do a next set of tests concerning with what I take before and all what was high. And when I go back, to my surprise, when they get back the H Pylori results, the H Pylori was negative. I jumped for joy, because that H Pylori is not something to play with. This thing could give you ulcer, could give you stomach cancer, it could give you all these things, and that was always on my mind with this bone stomach. So when the first results what I see is H Pylori negative. So that's when I know that what I eat work, right? Because my body start feeling like me. Cholesterol, bad one and good one, normal. Sugar, drop back, normal. Pressure, drop back, normal. Liver and gizzard, back to place, normal. So that's when I know that everything that what I use work. So I'm just giving you a little advice of what worked for me. I'm not telling you to use these things. I'm not a doctor. I am not a medical doctor. I am not a bush doctor. I don't know anything about medical and medicine and all these things. That's what worked for me. That's what helped me with my H pylori. And up to today, that pylori go and it stays away because I still continue drinking my bay leaf. I still continue eating my beet. I still continue eating my cabbage, not on a large scale, but I would still combine that into my meal once in a while. But as for the bay leaf and the soursop, that is my daily routine. I drink my bay leaf on a daily basis for my tea. I used to trouble from low pressure. I didn't know how come my pressure was so sky high after the holiday, but I don't know if it's the bay leaf or whatever bring this pressure down back. I normally just trouble from low pressure, and since I taken this bay leaf and this soursop, I don't have any low pressure. I know the last day I get a low pressure. Thank God for that. All right. Cholesterol, normal. Sugar normal. Everything normal. But I continue adding these things that I eat into my meal once in a while. But as for the bay leaf and the soursop, I still continue taking that every day. I will drink bay leaf in the morning for my tea for this week. Next week, I will drink some soursop leaf. And I find that soursop leaf help my body a great lot. Especially when it comes to your monthly. I find to clear out my inside with the period come well. You ain't getting this belly pain anymore. Whatever clot you maybe have, it passing it out. You know, I find that soursop leaf and that bay leaf do in me a very good favor. So, if you guys struggling from H pylori, you have to try and do some research. See what's best good for you. See the food, do the research. See the food, pick 2 food or 3 food out of one. If you're fighting fighting all these sickness in one, pick 2 or 3 food out of one set of produce for combat the H pylori. Pick 2 or 3 food out of the other produce to combat the high cholesterol. Pick a next 2 food out of the research you do for combat the high blood sugar. Pick a next food out of the wherever you do and put them together so you could get a meal for combat the to lower the blood pressure and lower the sugar, lower the cholesterol. That's what I do. So I combine them. Maybe I drink some in the morning. I eat some for lunch. I eat some for dinner. So if I do the cabbage and the beet and the carrot for breakfast, I drink that alone on an empty stomach. Then when it comes to lunchtime, I would put I would do some rice and so on. So you have to mix it up. You eat some for morning for breakfast, some for lunch, some for dinner. You can pick 2 or 3 or 4 out of whatever, and you combine it with your chicken. I use fish. I use egg once in a blue moon, but I eat the yolk and everything. I didn't waste any part. I still used to use a little butter, but a tip, not much, because you don't want your food to be oily. You don't want to eat in too much oil, especially with this H pylori and this high cholesterol, right? So that's what I use, and that helped me. And today I thank God that I don't have that H pylori again. That is something does go and come, but so far, thank you, I don't have it. So if you are troubling from these things, I just sharing with what helped me. Sometimes it may not help you. You could do your research, see what help you, and you could take it from there. Remember, I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you to go and try these things, all right? I just telling you what helped me. This is what helped me. What helped me mightn't help you. So it's up to you to do your research to see what can help combat the sickness that you have. And I thank God that I was able to get over this. H pylori was the main concern, and this high cholesterol for me. Because high cholesterol could give you a heart attack, it could give you all kind of thing. You understand? And you just know because up here, does be sticking like somebody taking something and stabbing you. Alright? So and then your hands start to cramp. All that you have to look out for. So that's what I use the product them and the vegetable that I use along with the medication that the doctor give me to help combat this sickness that I had, this H. pylori, the cholesterol, the high sugar, the high blood pressure, the high gizzard, high liver, all these things. So that is what helped me. So I just said, let me share it for you. That's why you guys haven't been seeing me on my channel, because I wasn't feeling myself. But now I am feeling well, thank God for that. Now that the results came back, that I don't have this H. pylori anymore, the cholesterol dropped down, the sugar dropped down, everything gone back to normal. I want to give God all the thanks and praise. All right? Sometimes you have to use the knowledge that God give you. The Bible say, be wise. All right? Take in the knowledge. So, go and do your research. See what best for you. See what you could eat and what you can eat to help combat this H. pylori and this high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high pressure that you have, right? So if this video was helpful to you, please leave your comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Share this video so others can learn as well. Yes, so, and I guess the big question y'all would want to know, or the answer y'all would want to know now, is since the H. pylori and the cholesterol and everything gone, get well and everything go back to normal, can I eat as normal as I used to eat before? Well, the answer is yes. Do I eat butter now? Yes. I eat butter as much as I want to eat right now. Do I eat egg? Yes. I just eat 2 eggs every morning right now. Before, when I had the H. pylori, I could not have eat butter. I could not have eat egg. I could not have drink sugar. I could not have use oil. I could not have drink milk. I could not have drink coffee. I could not have eat nothing containing the thing burn in my stomach. Do I eat pepper now? Yes, I do, because I love my pepper. Do I drink caffeine and coffee and coke and soda and wine and beer now? Yes, I do. Yes, everything I used to eat before I get the H. pylori, I could eat it now because it don't affect me now. And that's how I know that the H. pylori and the cholesterol and everything gone back to normal, because before I could not have put anything on my stomach. So I could eat everything now. Every morning I eat 2 eggs. I eat my bread. I drink my sugar. I drink my soda. Up to just now, I just drink the biggest Coke they had. You understand? I drink my lime juice. I suck my tambron. I drink my milk. Up to yesterday, I suck 2 custard black. You understand? I make a cup of Milo. I drink it. I drink a little coffee. I drink... Yes, I could eat everything now what I couldn't have eat when I had that H. pylori. So, yeah, I hope I answer your question, because I know you would look for see if I could eat back as normal as before. The answer is yes. I eating as normal now as before. I don't get no problem with my stomach anymore. I could eat pepper, I could eat butter, I could eat cheese, I could eat egg, I could drink coffee, I could drink sugar, I could drink milk, everything. I could drink wine, I could drink beer, I could everything. Because what I use is what combat all these sickness together. Is why I combine the produce and eat that help me combat this sickness along with those medication. So, yes, thank God that my body is back to normal and I could eat normal now. I don't have to worry about I can't eat pepper, I can't eat butter, I can't eat salt, I can't drink sugar, I can't drink a soda, I can't eat sweet, I can't drink milk. No. I could eat anything as what I used to eat before. And the question is, would I go back on a cruise? Yes. that won't stop me. I'm still going. Right now, I'm looking to see if I get a cheap cruise to go on with my family again. So yes, I will be going back. So H Pylori or no Lori won't stop me. Alright? So go and do your research, see what you could eat, and fix yourself up. Get rid of this H Pylori, get rid of this cholesterol, lower everything that you know you're supposed to lower. But drink your medication. Make sure you finish it. Alright? When you're done, whatever you want to use to treat yourself, that's up to you. Go back and make sure that this thing, you don't have it no more, and all these whatever high in your body come back to normal. So yes, I can eat every single thing that I could not have eat when I had these sickness combined. When I had the H Pylori, the cholesterol, the sugar, the gizzard, the liver, all these things, pressure, I could not have eat certain things. But now, I can eat every single thing back to normal. So, I hope this helped. Okay? So, thank you for joining. Don't forget, hit that notification bell and subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, and I love you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.